My roommate thinks I'm sneaking out at night, but the truth is way weirder. Alright, buckle up because I need to share the absolute weirdest thing that's been happening to me lately. I live in a pretty standard apartment with my roommate, Jake. He's one of those gamer guys who stays up late playing, and I'm more of a binge watch and chill person. We've been living together for about a year, and honestly, things have been pretty smooth between us. We're both pretty laid back and keep to ourselves. But lately, Jake's been acting weirdly suspicious of me. One morning, as I'm half awake, making my usual cup of coffee, Jake walks in, bleary-eyed from a night of gaming. He's wearing his typical, "I haven't slept" look, with his hoodie up and dark circles under his eyes. He grabs a bowl of cereal, glances at me, and casually asks, "Were you out late last night?" I'm half asleep, barely comprehending his question. "What? No, man. I crashed early," I say, stirring my coffee. "Why?" Jake raises an eyebrow but doesn't push it. "I could have sworn I heard the front door around 2 a.m. Must have been a dream or something." I laugh a little, thinking it's just Jake being groggy from playing Call of Duty until 4 a.m. I mean, the walls are thin, and the neighbors make noise sometimes, so I just shrug it off. "You probably heard one of the neighbors. People in 4B are always coming and going at weird hours." Jake nods, but he's still squinting at me like he's trying to read something on my face. "Yeah, probably." I brush it off, finish my coffee, and head out the door for work, not thinking about it again. But this was just the beginning. A few days later, the same thing happens. This time, it's late Saturday morning, and I'm lounging on the couch, watching a true crime documentary. Jake walks in, munching on a Pop-Tart, and sits across from me. "So," he begins, "you went out again last night?" I pause the TV and look over at him, genuinely confused. "What? No, I didn't. I was here the whole night." Jake frowns, looking skeptical. "Dude, I'm not imagining this. I heard the door open again around 2 a.m. I even got up and checked your room. Your bed was empty." Now I'm starting to feel a little weirded out. "Wait, what do you mean you checked my room? I thought maybe you were going out or sneaking out for something. I opened your door and, bro, you weren't there. Your bed was empty." I sit up on the couch, staring at him. "Jake, I didn't go anywhere. I was asleep in my bed all night. I have no memory of getting up, let alone leaving the apartment." Jake looks at me like he doesn't believe me, his arms crossed. "Look, I'm not trying to accuse you of anything shady, but something's up. Are you sure you're not, like, sleepwalking or something?" I shake my head, trying to laugh it off, but inside, I'm starting to get a little freaked out. I've never sleepwalked in my life as far as I know. "I don't sleepwalk, man. Maybe it was just a dream, or you mistook the sound of the door." Jake squints at me for a long moment, clearly not convinced. "Yeah, well, I know what I heard." We sit there in awkward silence for a minute, the sound of the documentary droning on in the background. Finally, Jake shrugs and walks back to his room, leaving me to sit there, wondering if I'm losing my mind. After the second incident, Jake starts acting more distant. He doesn't accuse me outright again, but I catch him looking at me differently, like he's watching for something. I know he's still suspicious, but I don't know what else to say. I've been waking up in my bed every morning. How can I be sneaking out if I don't even remember it? Then, one night, about a week later, Jake comes to me with a serious look on his face. "All right, dude," he starts. "I know you're gonna think this is crazy, but I set up a camera in the hallway." "What?" I nearly spit out my drink. "You did what?" "I had to," Jake says, throwing his hands up defensively. "I swear I heard you leaving again last night, so I wanted to see if I was losing my mind. I caught it on video this time." I blink at him, my stomach sinking. "Wait, you filmed me?" He nods, pulling out his phone and opening a video. "Yeah, I did, and you need to see this." He hands me the phone, and my hands feel shaky as I press play. It's our dimly lit hallway, the camera clearly aimed toward my bedroom door. It's silent for a minute, but then, there I am, walking out of my room at 2:13 a.m., eyes half open, walking like I'm on autopilot. I go straight for the front door, open it and walk out. The whole time, I don't say a word, and my face looks blank, almost vacant. I stare at the phone, my heart racing. What the hell? I don't remember any of this. Jake nods grimly. Yeah, that's the weird part. I thought you were sneaking out or something. But, dude, this is like sleepwalking or something freakier. You didn't even look awake. I hand him back the phone, my mind reeling. What do we do? Jake's quiet for a moment, then looks at me seriously. I think we need to record more. If this keeps happening, you need to know. A couple of nights later, we set up a camera in my bedroom. I'm a little freaked out, but I need to figure out what's happening when I'm asleep. That night, I go to bed as usual, trying not to think about it too much. But deep down, I'm nervous. What if I wake up and find out I've been doing something even creepier than sleepwalking? The next morning, Jake knocks on my door, looking pale. You need to see this. He sits me down in front of his laptop, and I feel the same sick feeling in my stomach. The footage starts with me lying in bed, asleep. Around 2 a.m., just like before, I sit up straight, but this time, something's different. I don't go for the door. Instead, I get out of bed and walk over to my mirror. For a full 5 minutes, I just stare at my reflection. Not moving, not blinking, just staring, like I'm in some sort of trance. After those long, silent minutes, I finally turn and walk out of the room toward the front door, just like the other night. I can't look away from the screen. What the hell am I doing? Jake shakes his head. I have no idea, man, but that's some creepy shit. It's like you're possessed or something. I manage a weak laugh, but it's hollow because, honestly, I don't have a better explanation. I need to see a doctor or something. This isn't normal. I make an appointment with a sleep specialist, telling him the whole bizarre story. He listens intently, nodding, and mentions something called parasomnia. It's a sleep disorder that causes people to do things while they're asleep. Things they don't remember, like walking, talking, or, in my case, apparently staring at mirrors like a weirdo. He schedules me for a sleep study, but in the meantime, Jake and I keep recording. Every night, the same thing happens. I get up at exactly 2 a.m., stare at myself in the mirror, and then leave the apartment. It's like clockwork, and each time, it gets a little creepier. I've even started locking the door and hiding my keys, but somehow, I still get out. Jake's not handling it well either. He's moved his gaming setup into his bedroom, and I can't blame him, he's freaked out. I've caught him watching me more, like he's waiting for me to do something weird even when I'm awake. Then, one night, something even stranger happens. This time, I don't leave. The footage shows me standing in front of the mirror again, but instead of walking out, I talk. It's not loud, but it's clear. I whisper something, over and over, to my reflection. Jake pauses the video and looks at me wide-eyed. You were saying, "Where am I?" over and over again. I don't even know how to respond. I've never felt more disconnected from myself in my life. Now, I'm waiting for more tests, but until then, I'm not sure how to deal with this. All I know is that whatever's going on in my sleep, it's getting worse.